Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I am Sovereign and today we're going to go over some of the sort of balance changes that have been going over. I'm going to do it in separate videos so I'm not spamming you with all of the information of all the different things that I'm not liking currently in the balance changes. I don't know what gameplay I'm going to put in the background. This is just going to be me talking shit, complaining, being a little bit sarcastic, and general Sovereign tomfoolery. So put your headphones in, sit back, relax, and listen to me have a moan. So the first one, we're going to be talking about missiles and how they have been absolutely fucked. I was going to start off with the whole armor shield debate, but I'm going to leave you guys waiting for that one because there's a lot of stuff to go over with that one. So make sure to look out for that in a future video. So anyway, missiles. A lot of people are not understanding what makes missiles effective. I've been going through the suggestions channel. I've been given DMs. I've been sent messages in my Discord. By the way, link for the Discord is in the description. We talk about all the shit regarding Eve. You have math magicians in there. Nina answering lots of questions. If you're into a more detailed mathematical approach than my straightforward, simple approach. We're not going to be going heavily into the maths in this video. This is just going to be a basic understanding for you so everyone can understand whether you like math or not. So anyway, I was going through the suggestions channel and a lot of people were saying you need to up the damage on the missile ships, you need to up the damage on the Raven, you need to up the damage on the Typhoon. Damage. Damage means fuck all, nothing. Adding damage to the Raven right now would do absolutely nothing. Now let me tell you why, so you can all understand that adding and taking away damage off of ships in a game like Eve does nothing for you. And the devs need to understand this as well, because all I'm seeing is upping of damage in the balance changes, nerfing of damage in the balance changes, when they are completely missing the mark, along with all the players. And I actually blame the players for this as much as I do blame the devs, because the players are giving this feedback because they don't understand how the game works. Missiles don't need damage. They need application. Now it's the same for a lot of the larger turrets as well. They need better application. Application is what matters when you have 1,000,001 different calculations going on to decide how much you're going to hit for and whether you're going to hit or not. Raising the damage of railguns means fuck all when they're tracking as dog shit. What they needed to actually balance railguns, the larger railguns, also some of the smaller railguns, depending on how fast your ship is going, they needed a tracking boost. You know what? This video isn't just going to be about missiles. This video is going to be about all weapons. So we can get it all out of the way so I can give you a better understanding of how the damage is actually calculated when you're fighting. So you can have better suggestions and better understanding of how to make the game better. So the tracking needed to be upgraded for the rails. Now the laser tracking is pretty damn good. The cannon tracking is okay, could get a little bit of a bonus. So adding damage to lasers or taking away damage from lasers while keeping the tracking at a good place, that does help. What you're missing with missiles is explosive velocity. Now when you look at EVE Online, where they took most of these calculations from, there are skills that up your explosive velocity. But when EVE Echoes, when the developers got into EVE Echoes and they tried to simplify the skills, they completely got rid of the explosive velocity bonuses in the skills. There are none. The Typhoon is the only ship with an explosive velocity bonus with the battleships. So when they got rid of this one core aspect of the missiles, it actually nerfed them in a way that made them completely broken. Now, if you go out and take the Raven, if you go out and take the Typhoon, if you go out and take any of the larger ships, the medium rapids are in an okay place. The small missiles are in a great place because their explosive velocity is so high compared to their explosive radius. But when you get to the larger missiles, the explosive radius is so big and the explosive velocity is so small that when you're trying to hit a moving target, the velocity of the explosion is not actually catching up to the target itself, so you're doing much less damage. So adding your damage bonus suggestions to the large missiles will not help it in the slightest. What they need to do is incorporate the explosive velocity into the skills, or give more of a bonus into the actual weapons themselves. This is the biggest issue when it comes to the missiles. Now, for those guys who want to learn a little bit more about the explosive velocity to explosive radius, I'm sure someone in the comments will let you guys know the actual calculation, or you can come into the Discord and find out from the one and only Nina, as I have said previously. So this application can also be put onto the tracking of some of the larger guns. The difference being that even when the missiles have shit application, they'll still be doing somewhat damage, even if it is a tiny amount. But when your tracking is not at a level that it should be, you completely miss the target. Like there's a chance you can just do no damage at all. Now, raising the damage of large rails, for example, does not help it if the shit cannot hit anything. I'm literally just making this video to urge you guys to have a better understanding of how the actual mechanics work. So I stop seeing suggestions that are completely wrong, that do not help the situation whatever. Like, I'm seeing some mental armor comments when they have no understanding of how armor works. Some dude in some Discord has said some shit, thrown in some fake maths in there with no real understanding of how the mechanics work. And then it spreads like wildfire. Then everyone starts throwing in this suggestion that this needs to be changed in armor, this needs to be changed in shield, this needs to be done. And it's wrong. But the devs are seeing this feedback and thinking, I guess they're thinking that it's correct because they're making these changes based on that player feedback that is wrong. Now, I don't know why they don't listen to the players that do understand what's going on. Nina has given comprehensive reports, math included. The only thing that he didn't do was write the code for them. Now, this information could have been used in a better way, or it could have been used at all, and they would have had a better understanding of how to balance the ships. Now, I've completely lost faith if they are just doing this by listening to player feedback. Now, if they're not listening to player feedback and they're actually making these changes thinking that they're correct, then that is just absolutely blown my fucking mind. So I'm hoping you guys now have a better understanding of how missiles work, how the turrets work, and what are the main points of the calculation when it comes to actually applying damage. This isn't 99% of games where the higher your damage DPS, the higher that number looks, the better it is. This isn't that type of game. Those type of games just have one thing. You have damage, and if you hit your target, you do that damage. In this game, you have to go through 10 different calculations with 10 different applications and 10 different amounts of damage variables before you even take the chance to hit the target. So this isn't about an up damage or lower damage. And I'm hoping the devs can see that, and I'm hoping you guys can understand that so you can make the game better in a more balanced way. So that's going to be my rant over for today. Make sure to look out for the armor video, the armor versus shield video that will be coming tomorrow. We've been doing some calculations on that. Medium armor is looking pretty damn decent. It's not much of an issue. It's tanking almost the same as the shield for way less capacitor, so we'll be going into more detail with that tomorrow. Obviously the larges are still dog shit, but we'll go into that in tomorrow's video, or it might come out on Monday because I might take the weekend off. I've been doing a lot of videos recently and I've had a fever and all this kind of shit's been going on with my throat. Like, I don't know if you heard in some of the videos in the past of me, my voice just like creaking out and just going into a bit of a fit, and then I've cut out the coughing fit after that. Right, so anyway, that's all we have for today. Make sure to like and sub if you haven't already. This is your one-stop shop to Eve Echo's mobile gaming and RPG content. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.